What if the key to creating stronger relationships and fostering a more compassionate world was as simple as understanding someone else's perspective? Empathy is more than just a feeling. It's about walking in someone else's shoes and truly understanding their struggles, their joys, and their experiences. Today, we're exploring why empathy and understanding are essential to creating connection, and how you can start practicing them today. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in our own lives, our own struggles, and our own emotions, it can be hard to take a step back and understand what someone else might be going through. But the truth is, empathy, the ability to walk in someone else's shoes, is one of the most powerful tools for creating deeper connections and fostering understanding between people. Empathy isn't just about feeling sorry for someone or offering quick fixes. It's about listening, truly understanding, and meeting others where they are without judgment. It's about acknowledging that every person has their own journey, their own challenges, and their own story. When we walk in others' shoes, we create space for more compassion, kindness, and meaningful relationships. The power of empathy and understanding. Empathy has the power to break down barriers. It bridges the gap between differences and opens up a space for understanding. When we make the effort to understand someone else's experiences, it allows us to see them in their full humanity, not just through the lens of our own perspective. We stop seeing them as other or different, and instead, we see them as equals on a shared human journey. True empathy requires vulnerability. It requires us to open our hearts and minds to the pain, joy, and complexities of others. It's not just about understanding someone's words or actions, but about connecting with the emotions and experiences behind them. Why walking in others' shoes is so important. When we walk in someone else's shoes, we're able to understand their feelings and reactions in a deeper, more meaningful way. It allows us to break free from the judgment or assumptions we may have about them. Often we're quick to make snap judgments about others, especially when we don't fully understand their situation. But by choosing empathy over judgment, we allow ourselves to be more compassionate and supportive. Empathy is what makes us human. It's what allows us to connect, to care for others, and to offer kindness in the most difficult of times. When we practice empathy, we become better listeners, more compassionate friends, and more understanding people. We not only help others feel heard, but we also create space for healing and growth. How to practice empathy and walk in others' shoes. 1. Listen without judgment. The first step in practicing empathy is to listen actively and without judgment. Too often we listen with the intent to respond rather than to understand. To truly walk in someone else's shoes, you need to listen deeply without formulating your response while they're still speaking. Give them the space to express themselves fully and resist the urge to jump in with your own thoughts or advice unless asked. 2. Ask questions and show interest. A powerful way to show empathy is by asking open-ended questions. When someone shares their experiences with you, instead of making assumptions, ask questions that allow them to share more deeply. For example, how did that make you feel? Or, can you tell me more about what happened? Asking thoughtful questions shows that you care about understanding their perspective, not just hearing the facts. 3. Put yourself in their shoes. The classic advice of put yourself in their shoes is at the heart of empathy. Take a moment to imagine what it would be like to experience the world through their eyes. What might they be feeling in that situation? How might their past experiences be influencing their reactions? When we take the time to imagine what someone else is going through, we often realize how much we have in common, even if our experiences are different. 4. Be present and show compassion. Empathy isn't just about understanding, it's also about showing compassion. Being present for someone, offering a comforting word, or simply being there to listen can make a world of difference. Empathy is the foundation for support. When someone knows you truly care, they're more likely to open up and share their vulnerabilities with you. Fifth, challenge your own biases and assumptions. We all have biases, whether conscious or unconscious, that can cloud our ability to empathize with others. To walk in someone else's shoes, it's important to challenge these biases and assumptions. Instead of assuming you know how someone feels or why they're acting a certain way, approach them with curiosity and an open mind. Allow yourself to be surprised by their perspective. The ripple effect of empathy. When you practice empathy, you don't just change the way you relate to others, you change the energy around you. Empathy fosters kindness, patience, and understanding. When others see your genuine compassion and willingness to understand, it inspires them to do the same. This ripple effect creates a more connected, supportive world where people feel safe to share, heal, and grow together. Empathy is one of the greatest gifts we can offer each other. It's the bridge that connects us across differences, the force that allows us to see the humanity in every person we meet. Walking in someone else's shoes doesn't require you to agree with them, but it does require you to listen, to understand, and to acknowledge their experience as valid and important. The world needs more empathy, and it starts with each of us choosing to walk in others' shoes every single day.